In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Christ is in our midst.
Yes, ever shall be.
In the gospel today, a gospel we are all fairly familiar with, we hear of this rich man and his counterpart, Lazarus, the poor man, the beggar who was at his gates. And it's important for us to remember and realize something that is frightful. St. John Chrysostom, in commenting on this gospel, he highlights this fact that the rich man had proper belief, but he lived heartlessly. The rich man had proper belief, but he lived heartlessly. The rich man found himself in the bosom of Abraham. The bosom of Abraham to be understood as this place of faith where those who would know, should know the faithfulness of God passed down through Abraham and through the patriarchs, ultimately the law of Moses. The rich man, when he's speaking with Father Abraham, and Father Abraham reminds him about the law of Moses, he doesn't say, I have no idea what you mean. He simply says, no, that's not enough. That's not enough. The rich man had belief, but he lived heartlessly. I'm off to speak about it lately, and I'll continue to speak about it because it's the most important event of our lifetime. The most important event of our lifetimes here is the harvest that God is bringing. So many people coming to the true church, the true faith. But the question is, are they coming to have just simple belief, or will they allow their hearts to be transformed? This is the question. St. Paul, in the epistle today, he speaks about coming to Christ and asking those in the Galatian church, essentially if they were coming to Christ in vain, because although they were finding correct doctrine, were they still sinners? And I assure you, St. Paul's not speaking simply about moral infractions, but he's speaking about the nature of the heart. Because the nature of the heart is what true Judaism was supposed to be about. But they failed. And so the new Israel, the true Israel, the church, the question is do we fail? When St. Paul says, it is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me, he's speaking about a heart that has been taken from just simple, blind, slave-like obedience to laws and teachings, but rather a heart that's been taken from that and united to the living God. The heart is where the battleground has always been and will always be. This is the error that so many of us fled from, and so many of you now are fleeing from. This error of Western American modern Christianity. A Christianity that says if you just believe X, Y, and Z, if you just mark the box, you will be okay. You know you will not be okay, and that's why you're fleeing. And that's why people are fleeing in the droves to the Holy Church, because they know simple belief is not enough. But the question is when they come here, will they continue to bring in their error? Will they now make the Orthodox Church a place of just simple rules and checking boxes? Or will they come and realize that we must have hearts that are filled with fire? We must have hearts. We must live with our heart. In the book of James, the apostle says, you believe in one God, you do well. The devil believes and trembles. Belief, acknowledging that there is a God, and even acknowledging that God is ruler is not enough. The devil does the same, and even more so than you. We must have faith. We must have hearts that are filled with love. And love is not expressed without faith, and faith is not expressed without the cross. You see, the rich man, when he went down into Hades, he finally made his confession. And he acknowledged, finally, but unfortunately too late, his error. His error was not that he believed like the pagans. His error was not that he was without the right ceremonies and the religious obligations. His error was he had no heart. This was his error. And this is why he was condemned. And truly, for any of us, this is where, God forbid, we would find our condemnation. God is not like a demon. The demons are legalists. The demons are the best lawyers. They love making sure that every single infraction is there. They love making sure that every detail of error, every T is crossed and every I is dotted. They love this. And they try to get you to think that God is the same, that God is looking to get you on an infraction, to find a loophole. This is not God. This is not God. Confession wasn't given to us to make sure that we get every T crossed and I dotted. Confession was given to us to scoop the filth out of our hearts that we may see again, that we could once again have love. By seeing ourselves honestly, we confess here versus there. By seeing ourselves honestly, we begin to see those around us, and we begin to try with our hearts to do what we can for those around us versus there when it is too late. There is no work to be done there in Hades. There is no apologies to be made in Hades. There's only bitterness and lamenting. Now is the time to work. Now, every time when you wake and you have breath in your lungs, now is the time to say, thank God I have another day. Not to enjoy food, although it is good to enjoy food. Not to enjoy a bright sunny day. It is good to enjoy a bright sunny day, but you have one more day to make a good confession. And I don't mean just simply words to the priest. I mean confess with your life. Do you believe in the goodness and the love of God? Do you believe in what you've been given and received? And if you do, do not be like a demon, but rather be like Lazarus. Recognize your poverty and wait patiently on the Lord. Do not do what the rich man did. Do not withhold the good things. The good things been given to you have been given to you so you would be a steward, that you would then give it with wisdom and with love, that you would be the hands and the eyes of the Lord. So many come to the church now, and they clap their hands with glee that they found the correct historical church, or they found the church without certain particular liberal errors, or they found the church which is theologically astute and fascinating. Do they think that they came to the church where there are miracles done? Do they think they came to the church where there are holy fools like St. Gabriel who give their lives and their bodies to be broken for the sake of goodness and righteousness? Do they think I've come to the church where grace will be given to me so that I could become a philanthropist, so that I could give myself, that I could find others around me and help them? Is this the thought when people come to the church? Obviously, not as much as it should be. With all the people coming into the church, we should be known to the world now as the hospital. The world should know this is the place where people can find healing, both in their mind and their body. Do you not know that this is the place where St. Basil first came with the idea of hospitals? Do you not know that all the places in which men are cared for in body and soul first started in the church? How is that possible? Because the church is a place where people are given hearts, and those hearts are filled with fire and zeal. Not for correctness, but to be the hands, the feet, and the eyes of Christ, and to mend the thing that is broken. This is what the rich man did not do. But through the prayers of holy fools like St. Gabriel, of all the saints, may we have our eyes opened here while there's still time. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.